Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am off to Waterstones in London for a very special book launch with Grace Victory and her brand new book which is called No Filter. Come along with me, we've got a Q&A, got some wine, it's going to be a great night. It's all about being body positive and just being happy in yourself. I'm very excited. I'm a big fan of Grace's. I love her work. I love how positive and honest she is online. She's great, so really looking forward to finally meeting her. So come along with me. Let's go. Woohoo! So I'm just en route to Waterstones, just been to Euston, but I'm kind of in a rush because I'm a bit late, but it's okay. I think I'm going to make it on time. I've got literally like 2-3 minutes, but yeah, I had a little few things to do, so I'm almost there, but really looking forward to it. I think I'm going to learn a lot and take a lot away from it, so it's going to be great. Woo! I'm also going to meet my friend Ellen in there, who I've not seen for quite a while, so I'm really looking forward to Ellen. That should be really good. So I've got a friend to sit with, which will be lovely. Just arrived at the signing, back with Ellen. Let's go right there, it's back in focus. And we've both got a wine here and some fruit mist, which is lovely. Very nice, looking forward to seeing Grace. We did a boomerang too, didn't we? That was quite funny. Yay!
I'm nervous. Hi everyone, welcome to Waterstones Gower Street. I'm Elizabeth, I'm the events manager here, and I am really both delighted and excited to welcome Grace Victory to the store. She's going to be interviewed by the wonderful Bethany Rutter, who is a writer and podcaster and also a very good friend of mine.
And mine.
Yeah. By both of us. Also, I just want to draw everyone's attention to the fact that we have a BSL interpreter interpreting the event for us tonight. So that's the exciting thing that's also going on in this corner. And without further ado, please put your hands together to welcome Grace and Bethany.
Hi. I did, not all of it, because sometimes I couldn't get my words out and I would just write like garbage, like gibberish. But for the most part, it was quite therapeutic for me, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I can see how that would happen. Did you always know that it would be called No Filter, or did you write with no filter and then decide to call it that? Or was your project to write completely, like, honestly?
So I always, when I got the book deal, I know I wanted to write about my life and just like have everything in there, the worst things, the funny things, the best things. But the title came last. I wanted to call it Unapologetic, and then I thought, that's too Rihanna. So I had to cancel that, and then I wanted to call it Naked, and they were like, you can't really call it Naked. And then all the names I thought of, they were like, no, you can't call it that.
I want to hear more. Like, I love hearing about the authors' discarded titles, discarded covers, like things that I want to know everything.
I wanted to call it like Naked, because I thought that's me, like
naked,
like this is me. And they were like, no. And then I thought, can I call it Stripped? And I thought that's Christina Aguilera's like 2012.
Was there like a female solo artist whose concept you did not try and steal?
Basically, no. And then I think I was in bed one day and I thought, oh, what about Unfiltered? And then Lily Collins called her book Unfiltered, and I was like, do you know what? And then No Filter happened. So
I think it is a great title, and it works so well for the book. What do you want people who read No Filter to take away from it?
I feel like... oh, hello. Hello. Dodgy mic. I feel like you'll cry in like one chapter and then laugh the next. So I want people to go on like that emotional journey, the life that I've lived, and you guys can kind of see it through the book. And also it's just an inspirational book, like not to give up, because growing up I never had anyone tell me, oh, it's going to be okay, like you're going to get through this, like you're worthy, you're beautiful, you're good enough. And that's the message that I put in the book, because I think that young people and kind of like young women aren't told that enough. So that's why I wrote this book. Now and get like all into my feelings. But I loved it. There were some chapters though that were quite difficult to write. But yeah, I used music to kind of help me go through it.
So book is obviously, as with life, a real mix of like very high highs and some very low lows. Did you write the dark bits first so that you got them out of the way, or did you ease yourself into them by doing the lighter bits first, or did you write it chronologically? You were literally like, let's go back to when I was born and then work forward to the present day.
I did, yeah, from when I was a child. I did like a timeline. I did it in like different sections. So first of all, I got everything out on paper and did like a timeline from like child, like toddler, teenager, adult. But there's one chapter in the book that was really, really difficult to talk about. So I saved that until the very last night. I had to hand my book in. Like I literally did it that late. So I was like, I can't do it. Because it's difficult having to talk about stuff that can be still quite triggering or is just very emotional. So I saved one chapter for the very last moment.
I'm sure I know which chapter that is, so yeah. What was your favourite bit to write? Obviously that was your least favourite bit, but what bits did you like going back to?
My sexual liberation.
Say it into the mic. Sexual liberation. That was quite fun to talk about.
My mum was a bit like, okay. But it was fun to talk about, oh God, hello.
I to swap seats with you, but then you would not have the fan on you.
Yeah, I can't, I fan. I mean, I'm dying.
It is, it's so hot.
Oh, can we just...
Oh.
I've just got a dodgy mic, do you know what I mean?
I think it's just so, it contains so many gems that if a young person read it, they'd be like, cool, I'm less worried about that thing now.
Yeah. I think, because I used to work in a children's care home, that I think I can just talk to people anyway about anything. I'm quite open and approachable. But working with vulnerable children who haven't really had many safe adults in their life, and often have no one to talk to, and me being the person they come and speak to, I took that as like an honour. And I just get it. I get how difficult some people's lives are. I get the things that are going on in the world. I am the new ambassador of like the #1 online retailer for beauty. So that will be announced soon.
What does it rhyme with? I don't want you to get in trouble.
And it's a massive campaign around like self-love, which is obviously what I'm all about, and kind of self-care and like beauty without boundaries type vibe. So that's on my new venture like next month until 2018. So I'm busy doing that, which is
fun.
I'm gassed. Next week I'm filming a music video for a UK female artist, and I am the lead role. I won't tell you what I'm doing in it, but it involves moving and shaking my booty.
Manoeuvring, if you will.
Manoeuvring and tweet me.
I did, yeah, I'm Perry. Hello.
Oh my God, so I tweeted saying, come up to see all my girl dem, and he was like, can I become a part of the girl dem? I was like, of course you can. Hey.
I did, yeah. Have you got any like really golden advice for young girls, young guys, as going through kind of really hard times through school? Because it's something that I went through a lot of the time with being picked on for being a bigger guy, being gay. It was all very much the point that they pick on. Is there any kind of, is there ways you tell them to go, you know, how to get through that?
I'm just going to repeat in a nutshell for people that could not hear. Does Gracie have any top tips for surviving being a young person that feels like different, singled out, bullied?
Tell someone. I think we always internalize like things because we're embarrassed or we feel ashamed. And I think there's at least one person that wants to listen to what you've got to say. So tell someone what's going on if you're being bullied or you feel a bit sad, whatever it is. And also remember that school isn't forever. When I was at school, I thought, I'm going to be here forever. And then when you turn 15, 16, you leave and you're like, I'm free.
Yeah.
So yeah, remember that it's not going to be forever. And tell someone what's going on. I think it's really important to talk about your problems. Because like a problem shared is a problem halved, and someone out there is willing to help. You have to remember that even thin people have insecurities, and they still strive to look and be a certain way, especially with social media and the celebrity culture. And I think also there's pressure for thin girls now to have like a massive bum or like big boobs. There's always a pressure to be a certain way. But it is difficult when they could be fat shaming themselves, but then you're bigger than them. I find that quite hard when that happens to me. And sometimes I think you should just tell them and say, look, when you talk about your body in this kind of like degrading way, it makes me feel like this, and start a conversation about why. Because sometimes it's really difficult because people often see their insecurities as just them, and they don't look at kind of like what's around them and how what they're saying can affect someone else. Because I remember I hated being called plus size. Like 2 years ago, if you called me plus size, I would lose my shit. And I hated it because I looked at that, I was like, I'm not plus size, like, and then until I started, she's like, is it? And until I met like you and Danny and Callie and Lottie and all my friends who was owning their bodies, I was like, shit, I'm plus size. And that's okay. And I think it's all about creating conversations around it, and talking to them about, you know, their thin privilege, but also why they don't like their bodies. And they are sisters, you know, they love and care about you. But it is important to open conversation. That was a really long-winded answer.
It was a good answer.
You think?
Yeah.
So I'm just here with the lovely Grace Victory,
Oh, hey.
who just gave an incredible talk, and I learnt so much from it. I can take so much away from it today.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for inspiring so many young people, as well as old people, everybody, all kinds of people. It's
Mums,
really
dads, you know?
amazing to see how proud and honest you are online, and I just wanted to ask you, how important do you think it is to be honest online about yourself?
I think everyone's different and everyone's reality is quite different, and some people do live great lives and it's amazing.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I think it's really important to be truthful and honest and live your life in a very raw and real way.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the more you dress up your online life, the more unhappy you are. That's just my opinion. And I just think it's really important to just be your authentic self.
Yeah, well that's exactly what I wanted to hear, because I think it's so true about yourself, and this book's called No Filter, which I've just been signed here, so thank you so much. That is the perfect name. The minute I saw it I was like, I cannot wait to read this, so I'm looking forward to reading it. Check it out guys, and of course go follow Grace on social media, and yeah, read the book. I can't wait to talk. I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to read it, I'm going to talk about it at the end of this video, so I'm excited. Thank you so much.
Bye guys.
Love that. Thank you. Take care. That's your pen.
So we just met the lovely Grace Victory.
She's so lovely.
Isn't she lovely?
Gorgeous,
she really
absolutely
is such an inspiration as well. I think the thing that she's doing for young people and lots of people, I keep saying young
All
people, I mean all
generations, isn't
generations,
it?
yeah. So why do I say that every time? I don't know, you know, these things, you just,
But more it is for the younger generation generally, isn't it?
Yeah, but also the older too. I mean, only because there's a lot of younger people on Twitter and online, and you know, the older generation are kind of just getting to grips with it as well. I mean, some people are very tech savvy, but not everybody, so that's why I say that, but I didn't mean it anyway. Anyway, to wrap up, we are just going to leave now, but we've had a fantastic day. I'm looking forward to reading this and talking about it, so we're going to leave Waterstones now, but thank you to Waterstones for your hospitality. The wine was very nice. We're loving the fruit spray as well. It's a fruit spray
hot, wasn't it,
essence, just a bit warm, but you know, we can deal with that.
complain.
It was so great to meet Grace, and so great to meet so many lovely people here, so, and it's good to see you again.
Lovely, bye!
So I've just finished reading Grace Victory's No Filter book, and I just want to share one of my favourite quotes from it. Not to spoil anything, but you really need to read this book. It's called Self-Love, this particular title, and it says, loving yourself wholeheartedly at every stage of your journey. It is about accepting yourself, looking after yourself, and loving yourself as you would another, and telling everyone that says you aren't good enough to F off. Oh yes, Grace, love that sassiness and also love that honesty. It's so true, you really do have to love yourself to accept yourself, and also never let anybody else, you know, get you down or say that you can't, because you can, and that's what this book is all about. Living life by no filter, being yourself and embracing yourself, which is great, which is why I loved it. So go check it out, yay! And if you did like this video, give it a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I shall see you all very, very soon.